Hi, Mr. President. Thank you so much. One of your solutions to keeping powerful weapons out of the hands of bad people is to propose a ban on so-called assault rifles. However, according to the FBI's own statistics, the majority of death by gun in this country is perpetrated by handguns.
Right.
Do you think we should ban handguns?
Well, I actually don't think we should ban handguns, but keep in mind that what we're trying to do is to come up with a package that protects Second Amendment rights, but also makes a meaningful difference in reducing violence. We're not going to eliminate it completely. And so the package that we put forward will have an impact on handguns by instituting a universal background check system to make sure that people can't, who shouldn't have any kind of gun, aren't able to go in and purchase them, whether they're at a gun show or in a store because somebody's not doing the checks that they need. We're talking about making sure that we crack down on straw purchasers, people who go into a store, buy a bunch of guns, and then turn around immediately and dump them in the hands of people who shouldn't get them. Those things will have an impact on handgun violence. When it comes to assault weapons and these high capacity magazine clips, the concern is, for example, in Aurora, when a young person can go into a theater and shoot off 100 rounds in less than a minute. The potential for large-scale fatalities are increased, and these are weapons of war. They're generally not used for hunting. They're not used for the kinds of things that we would think sportsmen or hunters or people who are just looking to protect their homes are trying to use them for. And so for us to restrict some of those high-capacity magazines and some of those weapons that really belong in the war theater, that probably can save some lives. It's not going to solve every problem, but it can be a meaningful part of an overall effort to reduce gun violence in our country.
Mr. President, in response to the question that Kira just had regarding guns, Vice President Biden has said that people have nothing to worry about in terms of the government coming to take away their guns.
Right.
But if people own guns that are currently legal and the government passes a law to make those guns illegal, isn't that exactly what you'd be doing?
Well, no. Look, I think that people are going to be able to buy all kinds of guns and use them legally for protection, for sport, for hunting. What we're saying is there may be a small category of weapons that we think really can drastically increase the incidence of gun violence, and we already have some restrictions. I mean, we can't purchase a grenade launcher from a store, although there may be some folks who want to buy those. And the reason is we think that, on balance, the Second Amendment does not automatically assume that any weapon that's available you can automatically purchase. And so this is a package that we're seeing some bipartisan support for. What I said was that I recognize there's a lot of passions on this issue, that people in rural communities, for example, feel differently about these issues than folks in urban communities. And we've got to be respectful of regional differences, but there are some common sense steps that we can take right now to reduce gun violence. And my hope and expectation is that Congress actually puts these to a vote, and we'll have a vigorous debate about all these issues. But I can tell you that having visited Newtown and visited with those parents just a couple of days after this horrific incident, anybody who talked to those parents or the siblings of those who were killed would say, we've got to crack down and do something to prevent this kind of violence. Even if we're reducing the odds that it's going to happen just a bit and saving a few lives, it's well worth it.